Boating 52, how are you folks? Don't turn off this video quite yet, because this isn't what you think. I live in a small southwest Michigan town, and this building right here, an old fire station, has this sign on it. And what is one of the greatest places I've ever lived? Have people crazy. This isn't about politics. This is about something else. Let's talk about it. Well, howdy folks. Thank you for sticking with me after that introduction. Because I bet there's maybe some of you that said I'm not watching that. And let me tell you that as a YouTube creator, there are certain things that we talk about and don't talk about. Now, my personal belief is that I am not going to talk about religion. People have different beliefs, have different value systems. That's not my call. That's not my choice, right? I try not to cuss in any of my videos, just in case there are kids that happen to watch it. Plus, I try not to do that as much as possible. And the third thing is politics. I don't talk about politics. And you would say, but dude, you just did an introduction in front of a building that had a huge, and I think I can almost tell you the size of that. That's the only way I know. Billboard or poster or sticker or whatever you want to call it on the side of it. So let me start about why I want to talk about this. And again, this is not about politics. I personally, you vote for who you want and what you feel. There's positives and negatives to each side. I don't care. That's not what this is about at all. This to me is much more important. And the thing that I worry about the most. So, I talked a little bit about this being a small southwest Michigan town. And we love it here. There are events downtown, little restaurants, place you can get ice cream, a little old hardware store, a great post office, and the coolest people ever. I mean, just so nice, right? Look at these colors, folks. It is late October, and I had to get... By the way, I'm out on Duke, my 2000 Road King Classic today. Sorry to not introduce you, Duke. That's kind of rude. But, nicest town ever. And, you know, I actually live in a subdivision, even though from behind my house it's somewhat rural because I have a lot of woods and walking past and riding past and stuff like that. There's a Facebook page for our community, which is really cool. You find out what's going on, you meet new friends, all some really cool stuff. And then there's one for the town that we live in. Again, you talk about the schools, people get on there that are moving in, people are looking for somebody to do work on their house. I mean, just amazing. And then that sticker, that's not a sticker, right? It's not a billboard. I don't know what the heck it is. Gets put on the old fire station. Now, I will tell you that I have not been out down that way recently, so I didn't see it until today. You saw the picture of it in my intro. And it's pretty big. It's an old firehouse. It's an empty building right now. It's owned by an individual. I guess they've always put stuff on it. But I have seen this great small little town start taking shots at each other about how it shouldn't be there, about how they're going to picket it, about, you know, just insane, childish things. And our election and things that are going on in the world right now are really, people are one way or the other. The people in the middle, no, it's more, you're devoted one way or the other. You have a belief usually one way or the other. For us older people, I'm in my mid-50s, we probably aren't going to change that, right? So, I've seen the back and forth from people start to get nasty. Now, you may be sitting there watching this and go, well, that's because of who's running, or that's because of, something that happened in a city that shouldn't have happened, right? There's a lot of that, right? So that's story number one. And I'll tell you what, as I'm listening to these folks or watching these folks on Facebook, I feel like we're in hell, or close to it. I'm telling you. So let me tell you the other story. So an old colleague of me called me yesterday, and really just wanted to touch base to see if I could give him. He buys businesses and resells them, and helps get them running right and all that stuff. And he called me and said, "Hey, I know you're in Pittsburgh and now you're back in Michigan, but I need a guy to run this business in Pittsburgh. Can you give me recommendations? Are you interested?" "No, I'm not moving." Conversation. And we were just talking about the times that we were in and stuff that was going on. And I told him, I said, my biggest concern, thus why I'm doing this, is civility. And he said, "You know what? It's funny you say that. I have a couple really close friends that we've all been friends for 25 plus years. And two of the three of us, or those two, are not talking to each other. Specifically about the election, about who they believe and who they don't believe in. And they are no longer friends." He said, "Fortunately, I have been able to get them on a Zoom call tomorrow, and they're going to try to work it out. 20 years, best buddies." So why am I saying this? Why am I even talking about this? Is no matter what way you believe, and I'm not going to preach, but my biggest worry is that we aren't going to be able to talk to each other anymore. Because I know we can't talk right now. If you follow my channel, you'll know I'm good friends with Bronco Ride and Harley Day Rider. And two of us have a belief system around one side, and one has a belief system around the other side. Not for a minute have I thought about, he's crazy. I can't deal with him. I can't talk to him anymore. Because that's a belief he has on something. Whether I think it's right or not, he's my buddy. Right? And I just hope that through all of this, we find a way to be civil. You can blame it on a candidate, you can blame it on a group of people, but we have control on how we act towards others. And I'm not without, I have a peer of mine who we disagree, and we've had some conversations one way or the other, and it started to get heated, and we both finally said, what are we doing? Here's my position, here's why. Here's your position, here's why. But that doesn't change anything. And I just hope, pray, that we all sit down and think about things before we say it, especially in times like we have now. Just my thoughts. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Be open-minded. Be civil. And make sure to check on a friend. There's a lot of people that would like that call right now. From Southeast Michigan, it is beautiful out here. Thanks for checking in on the Bodine 52 channel. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, folks.